morning, everyone. It is Game Day Nation. It's been a week since we last been here. If you have not noticed,
It's only been like 4 days, 5. Whoa.
No. It's been a week ago, Wednesday. We didn't do a show on Friday, and we didn't do a show on Monday. And you can say we've been two episodes, yes, but it's been a week now.
Oh yeah.
I know y'all missed us and everything like that. But it's okay. We're gonna come back. We're still gonna give you the rundown and topics that happened a week ago and everything. Also news coming up this week and for the NBA, for the MLB, MLS is back. Remember that? And the final rundown for each season, for La Liga, Premier League, and see. Let's get it. Omar, ready?
I'm ready.
Ready. All right. First off, we're gonna start off with the Ivy Leagues. They're canceling fall sports in total, period. But people are speculating that they could do football season in the spring. Now, how would that work? I don't know. It's just when you have tradition with college football, it belongs in the fall. Spring is solely only for basketball. Basketball is where it's at. Now, I understand. Look, Ivy League, they do their own thing. They don't even participate in the FCS playoffs. They do their... They're not associated that much with college football. FCS or FBS, right?
Yeah, unless, you know.
They do their own thing. But I will say this about the Ivy League, because they were the first league in college division that they canceled their in-conference tournament, way before other schools were doing the same. Even the NBA, they were doing it because, obviously because of Corona and everything. So they were the first one to do stuff like that. People were bashing. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? Come on now. It's not that big of a deal. A week later, March Madness got canceled. So it's scary to see that Ivy Leagues are doing this, because this might start a trend, like a domino effect, that other leagues might do this and whatnot.
Oh, it totally will.
You think so?
I think so.
That's
because, don't get me wrong, there's a difference between the Ivy League schools and the Ivy League sports, right? And which one really gets more recognition. I feel like they will follow the trend of how the Ivy League's going to work or moving towards the future. I feel like the Big Ten is next to follow after, then the Pac-12 and so on. But I feel like whatever the Big Ten does for here on out, I feel like everyone will follow. That's my opinion.
Well, one thing the Big Ten has done, they conference on conference games, and let me tell you this has nothing to do with health reasons. This is solely a business decision, because if you didn't know, usually when the team has non-conference games and they're playing at their stadium, they have to pay that school to come play them. So why not cut the costs and revenue and everything and to cut off non-conference games? So games that are going to be affected notably would be games of the U. Miami will not be playing Michigan State this year. Notre Dame was scheduled to play Wisconsin this year. That is canceled as well. Oregon was set to play Ohio State this year. That was one of the big non-conference games right there. But that game will be canceled. And so on. But I would not be surprised if the big other conferences as well. Like you mentioned that they canceled their non-conference games, and you know what? I think it's only the right decision, because what's the point of doing it, paying a school to come play you with no fans and everything? You're basically gonna lose money just to play that school, and it'll be even worse if that school beats you. So it doesn't really make sense.
However, let's look at this side, the bright side with all this. The players for all sports for these schools, they still get their scholarships. They don't lose it whatsoever, because I know Ivy League did double down on it. They did say players will not lose scholarships whatsoever. They're going to keep it, and they have a choice. I do know a lot of schools are giving players a choice, either to stay with the team or just opt out for that year, and you still keep your scholarship no matter what you pick, because they're not going to force you. I mean, they can't. That's a lawsuit. But
of course not.
I'm happy to hear that, kudos to them. But yeah, man, domino effect, like you said, I feel like the Sun Belt will be the last to go.
The last to cancel conference games?
Yes, cancel their conference games.
Remember, these big schools right here, they don't really need these non-conference games, but the smaller schools, they need these non-conference games. Why else do you think FU is scheduling games against Ohio State when they know they're going to get demolished?
However, get recognition though.
Exactly. You get put in a prime time slot against one of the big schools, and you get paid. You're basically getting paid to lose. That's what it is. And this is why you see a lot of big schools scheduling weak conference games to go against. I mean, yeah, obviously, bro, the low ranked divisions in conference, they know they'll get their their cheeks clapped easily by big schools, but they do it for the money and it helps and it helps out the schools and their facilities and etc. for the students and whatnot. So, you know, to gain money and whatnot and to lose. I mean, hey, you win and you lose sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. But it's even embarrassing if let's say that big school loses against a smaller school and they pay them. Basically, you pay that small school to beat you. Notably, Michigan, the Wolverines, they lost against Appalachian State back in 2007. Appalachian State was an FCS school, basically Division 2. So yeah, stuff like that happens rarely, but it could be done. It can be done. Yeah, but I want to go real quick with the Notre Dame schedule because as you know, Notre Dame plays. They're independent. They don't play in a conference. Majority of the games are non-conference, right? And the games the games that's canceled already is Wisconsin, like I said earlier. Stanford, that game will be canceled, and against USC as well. And I believe USC are canceling their non-conference game too as well. Yeah, I'm seeing here. So what does this mean for the Notre Dame? Well, they do have a somewhat alignment. How you call it, like a partnership with the ACC. They are obligated to play 5 ACC games a year. Their basketball team is part of ACC. Football is the only sport. Cause there are other sports clubs like basketball, soccer, field hockey. They either play in the ACC or more rarely the Big Ten. But the Notre Dame football team is the only sports team that's independent. So I would assume that all the non-conference gets canceled, right? They're probably going to play majority of the games at ACC, schedule more ACC games or whatnot to fill in the void, right? And I feel like that's what other conferences are going to do. They usually, like ACC, for example, they play 8 conference games. They get 4 of the non-conference canceled, they'll probably play like 2 extra ACC games or 12 games even. So that's what's going on with college football. It's looking scary. I don't know. It's looking scary this season.
Not just for college football, but college sports in general. That whole fall sports, it's
a tradition, dog.
Yeah, man.
For this to happen like this, oof, bro. I mean, I have bigger faith than NFL. They could get it done, but college football, bro.
It's mainly the schools are in loss.
Yeah, because why are you even playing sports when you can't even have college students to be in the campus?
And if this travel was for the spring, I feel bad for the college athletes, basketball athletes right there, baseball too. Because they need that.
They get overlooked because they're in college football. But bro, it's just like it messes up the whole schedule because during February, late February, March, April, that's spring training for football. For college football and everything. And then they get a break and they wait until late July, which is like late July. This is supposed to be fall camp now, and for this to happen, it just ruins the whole schedule for college football in general, right? Period. All right. Well, we're gonna be moving on to football news. We got Mostert wanting a trade.
Mostert wanting a trade. Yep. All right. Well, Mostert, man, we already know that he did great. He was just phenomenal with the 49ers, right? One of the best runners, right behind who's the other dude? Plays for Miami right now.
Matt Breida.
Yeah, Breida. All right. Both of them, they were a dual running back set, very speedy, very fast, because the Super Bowl was mainly all about speed. Everyone was fast on both sides of the ball, like hands down. Right? And I feel like Breida, what team does he really belong to? What team needs more of a speeding running back? Just an extra back, right? The first team that I thought about Denver, just behind Philip Lindsay, because I feel like he needs just a backup. He needs someone else to help him out in the helm because he can't do it all. I mean, they're kind of struggling with these quarterback situations. They're not really sure how I think Drew Lock might be the guy to go, but I'm not really sure what's really going to happen with that. But they're really focused on this running game. But I also believe they should look at Mostert. He should go to Pittsburgh Steelers because I feel like
they
have James Conner, but having Matt Breida and not Breida, my gosh, Mostert and James Conner, that's a dual threat because I feel like Conner is more of a power back. That's the thing, but he's mixed, a hybrid power back. But with Mostert, you got more of a speedy type of screenplay. You could really pass it off to him, and it'll work well. But that's just really, in my opinion, see it where he goes for sure.
Any details surrounding why he's wanting to trade so far?
No. All I know is that he's won out. Think for the people who's behind him, You have Coleman right behind him, but I feel like he wants to explore his options to really get utilized a little bit more. I believe he wants to be more that number one running back.
I mean, I thought that he was already the number one running back when Matt Beretta left.
I thought so too, but I guess
I think it has to do something that's off the field. Maybe he just doesn't want to be in San Francisco in general. Like, he just wants to do somewhere new.
I mean, it's a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong. The weather is perfect.
Why? No, but it could probably be somewhere. It could probably be somewhere within the front office. Maybe his contract is not up to par, and maybe he just wants to be somewhere different. He's not like
test the market out. I've been on this team. I don't want to go somewhere else.
West, see what kind of options he has, and if it's worth it, he goes. If it's not, he stays in San Francisco. I honestly think that he'll stay in San Francisco, man. Because like I said, like NFL free agency has passed, draft has passed. Every team has filled in the void if they haven't already. So it doesn't really make sense why a team would probably want to get a running back. So that's really, like I said, I don't really see any team that are running back desperate right now.
That's what I'm saying. There's not a lot of teams running back desperate, but if they want to add like another threat on their running back roster, a spot, that's all right.
Honestly, it doesn't really seem worth it in my opinion. Because I mean, I don't know, would Mostert want a contract renewal? That's the question. Is he asking for more money? Is that even worth for the team to do for Mostert? I don't know. That we'll have to find out about that. But speaking of contracts, Myles Garrett, big payday on his part, got a $125 million contract, and he's the most highest paid for a defensive lineman.
Nope, defensive player in general.
Oh, defensive player. Ooh.
Highest paid. Number 2, you got Khalil Mack, Aaron Donald, DeMarcus Lawrence, DeForest Buckner, and Frank Clark. Right. This man right here, huh?
Oh, because you're on that.
All right, this man right here. We got suspended by hating, what's the name with the helmet. I'm surprised he even brought him back. I mean, why not? You can't lose him, of course, right? But because they brought him back, they were like, we got to hunker down on this dude and then really, I got to cash out on this deal. Because he was ending his 4 years.
Yeah, rookie contract.
Yep, rookie contract. So adding 5 years, $25 million. That's a great thing, man. And I'm happy with the contract.
I think he deserves it.
The deal overall is worth $144 million over 7 years because he still have 2 years left on his rookie contract. Oh, okay, yeah, he still have 2 years left, and I feel like he deserved it. He really does deserve it.
I mean, big down on the Browns part for to re-sign Garrett, because Garrett to me, he's not really like a stat guy. He reminds me like someone like Ndamukong Suh. Doesn't really get stats like that. Doesn't impress you with his stats, but his presence is known.
His presence is known. Exactly.
It brings pressure to the offensive line, the quarterback, and everything like that. Yeah, of course, Garrett gets a couple sacks. No questions about that. But it's just, he's not, I wouldn't really say he's a big stat guy, but he shows his presence out there. He brings on the pressure, gets double teamed by an offensive line. So big dubs to keep him on Browns team.
Only 24 years old. This is another one with a big with a big deal too. The first deal was Patrick Mahomes, and this is another one. But because of the whole virus thing, we're not seeing a lot of these blockbuster deals at the moment. So we will most likely see a lot of 1 year deals, 2 years deals, and stuff like that because there's no player evaluation or anything. But I'm hoping to see what he can do with that money. See if he can prove himself.
Exactly. So that's basically $25 million a year on Garrett part. So big deal from my guy. Hey,
yep.
All right, move on out real quick. Chris Jones got a 4-year deal worth $80 million and with $60 million guaranteed. Now, as you know, I believe he was franchise tagged before this whole thing started.
Yep.
Today's the deadline for 4 o'clock, and him and the Kansas City Chiefs finally came to an agreement with his contract. So big double on his part. Chiefs defense are always not like one of the best, right?
Never the best, but
I think it's important that you keep a key piece to this defense right here.
I think they needed him. If they would have lost Chris Jones, I think that would have been it with the Chiefs in general, because he's really the centerpiece of that defensive line. Because you really had to think about, man, you gotta protect your quarterback, and he's there, right? So his contract, how it's looking, it's a pretty nice contract, solid contract. $80 million for 4 years. He will make $16.26 million in 2020, $21.5 million in 2021, and $22.3 million in 2022, and $20 million at the end of 2023. Right? Good contract. Plus, you also have a few guaranteeing incentives as well inside the contract. But overall, I think this helps Patrick Mahomes in general because it doesn't. Their opposing teams, whoever they face, they want to focus on offense altogether. Now, you really got to focus on that defense as well. You can't sleep on them. And you think about this, turn the ball over a little bit more, a lot of fourth downs. You'll see probably he's not really like a fumble. He don't really adds fumble to the equation or anything like that. But you will see a lot of rushing, hurry up passes though from several teams.
I feel like in this case, Chris Jones, it was like this is one of the situations where the Chiefs needed him and Jones needed the Chiefs. Because Jones would have become a free agent. As you know, like you said, the whole climate was going on with Corona and everything. People not really giving big deals like that. If Chris Jones would have tested out the free agent market, I don't think it would be like him. You still, people like Conley still out there in the free agent market. Now, I understand Conley's situation. He's asking for tons of money, this and that. But still, it's just pretty crazy that he's still a free agent at this point. Mm-hmm. And you remember Cam Newton had to wait a couple of months before he got signed to a contract with the Patriots, winning-year deal.
Bro, a long time, yeah.
Come on. So I think Chris Jones didn't want to wait. He didn't want to lose money. He didn't want to wait in the middle of the season to get finally signed and everything. Because Chris Jones is a great player, but is the money worth it for other teams? I don't know. I don't think they're willing to pay for that much. Like I said, most teams already filled in the void through the draft, the free agents, the positions of need. They got that. So Chris Jones, I'm sure he wanted to work out with the Kansas City Chiefs. So the Chiefs wanted to work out with him, and they got a deal done. What? That's $20 million a year, $60 million guaranteed. Big dub on his part, real big dub. Come on now. So that's all good with that. But
all right,
one thing I want to discuss though is Jason Peters. Surprisingly, he stayed.
See, for a quick segment with Jason Peters, I have nothing wrong with the man's old, right? And he's obviously going to retire. That's why he got a 1-year deal with them. But I'm not gonna disregard the fact that he's not a good player. He is a great player still. However, as a lineman, he's pretty old. He had to let him go someday. But you gotta look out for Carson Wentz because you gotta keep him healthy. Unless Carson Wentz gets injured, Jordan Love, man, he's next. He's not Jordan Love. Who's back up? Jalen Hurts. He's next. At the helm, so I'm kind of excited to see what he does. I want to see Carson Wentz get replaced because I'm tired of this man. All you Eagles fans out there, you guys keep rooting for him, but every year he keeps getting injured. He's not showing nothing to me. They went 8-8, right? No, 8-9, 8-8, whatever it was. I forgot what.
Yeah, they went 9-8.
9-8.
Yeah, including the playoffs.
Yeah. First of all, that whole division was garbage. Let's just get their second place team was the Cowboys. Yeah, and it was garbage. But in general, Jason Peters helps the line. He really does help the line. Have a veteran still in the helm, and if he was gone, that's a big blow to quarterback spot because Carson Wentz already getting injured.
Yeah,
not having him.
They definitely need protection on the offensive line. But let me tell you this though. I promise you, Omar, if this whole thing never happened with the whole Corona thing and everything, I bet you Jason Peters will not be in the Eagles right now.
I bet, yeah.
This was one of the situations like, well, teams are not really signing other teams right now. I mean, teams are not really signing other players right now. It's a pretty risky situation to go try to sign for another team. So
not seeing that much trading going on.
Exactly. So you know what? Let me stay in the team right here. Let me work out a deal, like a team friendly deal, $60 million. Yeah, not bad. I'll stay in Philly. Why not? Whatever. I want to be sure I'll be making money this year.
Yep.
I'm not gonna test the waters of free agency.
It's a safe deal.
Yeah, and like I said, the draft already passed. Teams have filled in their void of position needs. So. There was no point. So I think good point on him that he got to stay in Philly. Do I think he'll retire after the season? Probably. Yeah, I believe so. But big deal for the Eagles. They got protection, like a sure starter in Jason Peters to protect on Carson Wentz. I don't know, getting injured many times.
He's getting injured. I'm trying to tell you, he's getting injured.
Yeah.
He missed a lot of games. And he missed the Super Bowl, the biggest stage there is. He missed
Nick
that.
Foles got that dub right there.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, and
wasn't supposed to win that.
I mean, he was supposed to win the QB job out in Jacksonville, but he got injured. Couldn't keep up with Gardner Minshew, which is surprising I guess. But he is going to Chicago to compete the QB job with Mitchell Trubisky. That should be interesting.
But speaking about Gardner Minshew and the Jaguars and stuff like that, speaking about the Jaguars, not Gardner Minshew, forget him. But thank you, sir. Thank you. Speaking about Jaguars, DN Yannick Nyaku. This man, he's still remaining in the trade block right now. I don't look. The Jaguars, they're tanking. We already know that.
Oh, come on.
They're tanking. They're losing a lot of good players. They're getting rid of, not losing, I take that back. They're getting rid of a lot of good players. And a lot of players there, and they know that.
One more quick question. Quick rant. Do you think the NFL, and all sports in general, NBA as well, do you think they should implement a regulation rule where the top 2, 3 worst teams in the league should get like demoted to a Division 2 and the top 3 in the other Division 2 come up to Division 1? Like the way how soccer has it?
But you need another league for that.
Let's say in an alternate universe, XFL is that division. It's Division 2.
It's that division. I don't think that's gonna work.
You don't think that was good? Because look, man, teams, and I think fans in general. Well, I'm not actually. I'm gonna retrace that because Dolphins took advantage of the whole tanking thing. We did get our QB, our QB of the future, Tua Tagovailoa. But I thought it was an interesting argument. I mean, I don't know.
All right, so let's think about this real quick. First of all, the teams that's already playing, they already have a huge fan base. Starting from the worst teams, they still have a huge fan base. The XFL, hypothetically speaking, let's say they're still around.
Yeah.
Right? They don't have that much fan base, and if you would get demoted, I think it would generate more people to watch. It would be interesting to see. However, that means the NFL had to acknowledge the XFL as a
and do some sort of partnership.
Partnership, a strong partnership though. And then you also got to change the rules around with the NFL.
Yeah, would it still be? Well, I don't think if that was the case. I don't think just would exist anymore because it was just teams will be signed with the best teams or who has the most money. And yeah, you can say that's a disadvantage to the lower teams like that.
Then that would mean the cap space. There will be no such thing.
There will be no such thing as cap space.
I don't like that either. Because
okay, good argument. I see that. I guess it only works in European soccer then.
Yeah, it can only work in European soccer because because we're so used to having cap space, taking that away, that's really coming out of the owner's pocket in general. That means how much the owners have, and there's several teams that have different owners, and do they really want to give up that much money?
There's some owners out there that actually use their own money to sign players for that transfer fee.
Yeah,
maybe some owners
that's what I'm saying. And do you really think Jerry Jones is going to sign millions of dollars just for a player?
You won't be greedy with his money.
If
you really love that player, you probably would, honestly. I think you would. But I don't think that you'll see that too often.
The only true player that he really loved was Dez Bryant. He barely signed that man money. Come on, man.
Good argument. Okay.
I told him and said I like the proposal, but I don't think it work. NBA, on the other hand, it could work. But in the NFL, it's too. I feel like it's not. I don't want to say sophisticated, but it's.
I feel like MLS
too complex.
I feel like MLS should do it though.
MLS can, but they need. I feel like they need a bigger fan base though.
They don't. Maybe right now, but sooner or later they should implement something like that in that Facebook. Anyway, so yeah, like you said, still want to trade. This is nothing new here.
Nothing new. Yep.
The man's been asking for a trade since like end of the season. So I mean, so pretty surprised he still has. Jaguars couldn't find a trade partner for Yannick, but sooner or later he's out of Jaguars.
I don't know if they even have a trade partner, like officially, because there's certain teams have trade partners with other teams.
I mean, this goes back to my argument. Like again, I'm gonna say it one more time. This is every team already filled the position it needs through the draft and free agency. There's not really much to work with in this.
But it's a DN, a young. Well, yeah, I guess you could say young DN. But I bet they're offering a lot for him though.
I don't. At this point, you just have to get whatever you can. If you have to get a 5th round pick and a $25 gift card to Chipotle, I think you just get it. I don't know. You gotta get something.
Like Bill O'Brien, what he did with D Hop.
Traded down fax machine for DeAndre Hopkins, bro. That's how that whole negotiation went down, dog.
But yeah, man, we hope to see that things get done and at this team because the trade is down the line. Well, it's over, right? Technically, it's over.
Today. Depending on what time you're watching this, what's today? July 15th. So today, July 15th, 4 o'clock, the deadline will be done.
Well, if they don't sign it, that means they got signed to a new contract, but I highly doubt it. So I feel like he's gonna be in free agency for this coming up 2021. So we're gonna see on that market, man.
That's tough.
But hey,
probably sign a 1 year deal. Like worst case scenario, he doesn't find a trade partner. He'll probably just sign for a 1 year deal.
I doubt it. To see how this virus plays out, I don't know. I think he's gonna hold out. But anyways,
Clowney's still a free agent, by the way.
Clowney is still a free agent. People forgot about that. People forgot that Clowney, he still exists in this world, right? Obviously, the Seahawks are not trying to sign him.
Well, see, no, they want to sign him, but the amount that he's asking for, it's not
Too
worth
much. Yeah, and I wouldn't sign him either. But he's asking for some high defensive line numbers, linebacker numbers right now, and I don't think he's worth. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player. However, he's not really a team player. If you get what I'm saying, like he's not really a type of player who take on other opponents or other players and let his teammates get the work. He's not that player, right? I feel like he's gonna struggle in this market. I think he's gonna stay in the market until until
the season starts.
The season starts. No preseason anymore. Well, there is, but
I don't think they'll have preseason.
I don't think they're gonna have preseason either. But he's gonna be free agent until the season starts, until like what, week 1, week 2, someone gets injured.
Probably.
Knock on wood. Hope that no one gets injured at that time. But I feel like he's gonna wait a long while just for him to get on a new team. But Raiders did say they want to pick him up.
They're pursuing him now, yeah.
And I like the choice because Raiders are building
Makes
up.
sense.
And don't get me wrong, even though I've been bashing, what's that man's name? The coach, Gruden. I've been bashing John Gruden for a while about getting rid of Mark Cooper, getting rid of Club. When he got rid of Club, I was hurt. I don't even like the team. Well,
yeah,
I'm not even a fan, but I was hurt because Club Mack is such a great player, great talent. He got rid of him. Just like that.
Honestly, at this point, it did work out for both teams.
Yeah.
It worked out for the Bears, it worked out for the Raiders.
And doing so, they still doing pretty well, right? I'm not gonna lie about it. But adding Jadeveon Clowney to the mix, it'll boost up their defense for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But they should focus on the cornerbacks because their cornerbacks suck. But that's the point.
All right. Well, that's it for football standpoints and news right there. Check us out on our social media page if you want any more information or updates, or just check us out and get any highlights. Now, we're going to be moving on to MLB and their home opening schedule. Opening day, baby. Who would have thought would be in this position right now talking about MLB and their schedule, man? The way it was a month ago, did not look like it was going to be possible. No,
first of all,
sir.
I don't like the MLB at all. I don't like MLB PA either because they had a chance to do something in beginning, in March?
They would have been started like a week ago. If everything went out well and everything, did everything the right way, the season would have started a week ago.
But some people don't want to get paid. Some people want to get paid.
Some people want to be greedy.
Asked for a whole bunch. When the MLBPA proposed a whole bunch of money. Like they wanted everything.
50-50 split.
Yeah, 50-50 split.
Do you remember?
I was like, wow, they're trying to take everything from the MLB. But I understand how they're going. Anyways, the opening schedule. We start off with the Yankees versus Nationals. Right?
Nationals, World Series champions a year ago, going against the Yankees, who I thought, they were basically the champions of the regular season, but just stuck it up in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So the versus Nationals 7:08 p.m. But let's remind you guys, a lot of these times they overlap each other because that's how they did it. They want to show every game in one day for some reason. I don't know. It is what it is.
Thursday there'll just be two games because the second game you got the Giants against the Dodgers. Or those Warriors.
Yep, Giants versus Dodgers. Then you got Friday, July 24th. You have Braves versus Mets. Tigers versus Reds.
Hey, my God. Let's go, man. Come on. All right, real quick before I want to quick rundown. What's the schedule for Friday?
All right, Tigers versus Reds. Blue Jays versus Rays. Marlins versus Phillies. Royals versus Indians. Brewers versus Cubs. Orioles versus Red Sox. Rockies versus Rangers. Twins versus Sox. White Sox. Pirates versus Cardinals. The Mariners versus Astros. D-backs versus Padres. And that's really it. Giants versus Dodgers.
Angels and Athletics. Probably. All right. This is nothing. No analytics. No statistics. None of this. This is just a straight gut feeling. Real quick. I won't take too much time.
You gonna go back to it? Oh, you bum.
We talked about it today. I feel like the Marlins can make a deep run this season. And I do understand the Marlins do have the toughest schedule statistically for the MLB coming back. But I don't know, man. It's a gut feeling they can make a deep run.
You're versing the Phillies the first game. That right
I'm
there.
not too high on the Phillies. The Phillies, they can be up and down. Feel me? Nah, I am concerned about us facing the Red Sox, the Yankees, the I don't want to say no. I think Nationals might have a down year this season.
You're also versus the Mets.
The Mets, yes. The Blue Jays. I mean, the only easy game I see in the schedule for the Marlins is probably against the Orioles. But nothing's ever easy with the Marlins. If this is the same Marlins team that we seen a year ago, then yeah, nothing's ever easy for the Marlins. So, but I don't know. I just wanted to have a deep run. They might have a deep run this season. They might even win the division. I will go far as that. Okay.
See, I'm biased right here, and I feel like the Red Sox. I mean, we're like championships, national champions like 2 years ago or something. I forget. But
you forget your team winning a championship
because we win so many times, it's hard to remember. But anyways, during that, I just want a quick fact. During that championship, that was the lowest viewed championship game.
World Series game?
World Series in MLB history.
Well, wasn't that game that went on for so long? Like, it was like a 5-hour game because of extra innings.
Oh no, we smoked them, but no.
Yeah.
But this one, it was just the lowest view because Boston Red Sox always goes. I mean, I'm proud of you. Ever since Big Papi went to the hospital, the Red Sox are, what we'll do it from. Big Papi, if you're watching this video, man, hit me up, and hope you get me some tickets to Red Sox games.
He'll definitely be out there, I believe.
Definitely. The man got shot, man, in the DR. After that,
his home country.
His own country. I teared up a little bit.
Bro, Big Papi is like the face of the Dominican Republic.
He really is. He is the hero to the Red Sox. I ain't saying he wasn't drafted by the Red Sox, but he was the hero to the Red Sox. Big Papi, David Ortiz, the man himself, a GOAT.
The man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, I'm telling you. If you're watching, I'm here, man. I'm here.
All right. Well, like I said, these games will be happening. The big opening season will be on July 23rd. So, and the rest of the teams will be playing on Friday, July 24th, the next day. And as you know, MLB will be starting way before NBA starts up. So big dumb on that, but we are slowly getting all our sports back. But football is still a big question mark. But we're getting our sports back.
Speaking about football, just a quick side note. Did you see the proposal that football did with the mask?
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it's not really a mask, but it was...
There's holes in it.
Yeah, it's like a visor or something.
I still think it defeats the purpose of having them.
It really does defeat the purpose of having them. Like, it's just a plastic, but with a lot of holes in it. It's not small holes, but they're big holes for easy to breathe.
It's like having a surgical mask, but you put a hole in the middle of it to breathe.
Yeah.
It really defeats the purpose of having it.
It's weird.
It's either you have it covered or you don't, period. And obviously, you're not going to have a covered mask, visor, whatever, because how the heck the players are going to breathe through that?
Yeah, so it's not going to cover
I mean, it's like you telling soccer players to wear a mask while they're playing. No, they're going to freaking pass out in the middle of a game. And it's just like that in NFL. It doesn't make sense. Why have it? Come on, look. It doesn't, because the one thing I didn't understand the NFL were proposing is that they were banning jersey exchange. Why would you do that if players are constantly having contact with each other, tackling each other?
And banning jersey
doesn't make sense at all. Because
the NFL is trying. They're
like, look, man, see, we're trying to be... No. It's just a dumb rule because players are hitting each other constantly. Contact constantly. Like, it's not like soccer where you could just pass the ball and everything. Yeah, you have some couple contacts here and there. I mean, in soccer, they have a bunch of contacts and not really big positive. Well, in a Europe standpoint, there's barely any positive cases of corona. So I don't understand why the NFL would do this. Like, no, look, play the way you have been playing, okay? If that person had corona and you're banning jersey exchange, it doesn't really matter because I bet you that same player tackled him earlier ago and he has a corona. Worst case scenario, that's the case. But it doesn't like I said, doesn't defeat the purpose of having masks with holes in them.
It defeats the purpose. Doesn't make sense. But that's really it for MLB. We're kind of excited, for July 23rd and 24th. See what happens. Even though it will be kind of hard to kind of watch the games because all of them are coming on at the same time.
Well, you want to watch your local team. I mean, like I said, Friday, I'm watching my Marlins straight up, 7 o'clock.
I want to watch the Red Sox, but I don't know if the Marlins might come up. We'll see what happens.
Well, what time do the Red Sox be playing? They're playing against the Orioles 7:30. Ooh. I mean, I'm not really sure what's the time, so like what games they're playing. Like, I mean, what channels they're playing? ESPN. Because I know the first 2 games will be playing on ESPN.
Yeah, so of course.
Everyone's gonna be watching. I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna be watching the Yankees against the Nationals. I think that'll be a great game, to be honest.
Against the Nationals?
Yeah. Yankees against Nationals. And by the way, there will be summer games. They're calling it summer camp games, which is like spring games. But those are like preseason games. Some will be shown. Most of the games will be shown locally in local channels, regional sports channels. I don't believe any of them will be watched on ESPN or Fox Sports. I gotta double check that, but yeah, that's the case with Major League Baseball. But it will be coming back. Check out for the Marlins. I think they can go on a deep run. I also think maybe can the Yankees finally do more than just being regular season champions? Can they, finally win the chip? Who knows? Let's see.
I don't know. They like to choke a lot in the playoffs, but
that's all you see. Anyway, so real quick, we're gonna go down to soccer recap. For MLS is back. If you didn't know, last week Wednesday, when we covered the show, MLS that was the first game. First game was the Inter Miami against Orlando Soccer Club. As you know, they lost 2-1. Miami, the local team, right? They lost 2-1, man. After watching that game, I lowered my expectation for Inter Miami this season.
Remember, he was hyped. This man was hyped. The first game, it was pretty disappointing too. It was for a last few minute goal that happened. But I don't know, man. Inter Miami, man, they're kind of disappointing right now, man.
Look, hear me out, bro. Look, I mean, they're a brand new expansion team, as you know. Brand new players, brand new code, everyone's brand new, so they're still trying to get the works of it. I mean, it's kind of pretty sad how they still haven't won a game yet, but I'm not too concerned about this yet. Honestly, this MLS Backers tournament, I think it's pretty garbage. Yeah, you can say because our team is doing better right now, but it just doesn't make sense at all. Why have a tournament before the regular season starts? You just push it back more time. Why not? And everyone club up in Orlando is hot, if you didn't know. It is. Even at night, like you see why they have the time talk they have.
Florida in general is hot. For people who don't live in Florida, the morning, the afternoon, the night, it's hot.
You never get a cool temperature.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing as winter.
As soon as you walk out that door, bro, you feel that humidity hit you, bro.
Yeah. See, when we get cold air, that usually hits around February. In February, we didn't even get any cold air.
Yes, we did.
We did?
March as well. December was pretty cold. January.
December, I don't know about that.
It has one day was cold, one day was warm, but it wasn't, bro. Even on the hot days of December, it wasn't this. It wasn't this hot. As right today.
You're right.
It was hot, but it was like, I can handle this all good, bro. I go outside, I'm like, my God, like, I can't even walk outside like this. And I work in a restaurant where I work in a kitchen, and it's about 100 degrees in there, and I'm used to that. And like, I'm used to the hot. I mean, we're Floridians.
Yeah.
But man, I feel like every year.
See, there's a difference. Humidity and dry heat, big difference. Humidity is worse because it's just disgusting.
Like the temperature could say 81, but when you go to like weather app and it says feels like, ooh, that'd be like 100 degrees.
The worst thing is coming out of the airport terminals, stepping outside in that hot, smoggy garage and stuff like that. It was nasty. But we're getting off track. But yeah, Orlando.
But leading to that argument, that's why you have 9 a.m. games, 8 o'clock and 10:30 games. But even at 9 o'clock, it's like 90 degrees. So that's why players. That's why I say it didn't really make sense for the location of playing in Orlando at this time right now. I mean, why not just go straight into the regular season, have every team play home and away games at their stand? Like, I don't know, whatever. But recap real quick. So like I said, Miami lost against Orlando Soccer Club on Wednesday. Thursday, we had Philadelphia beat New York City 1-0. New England Revolution, your team, I bet you don't even follow them. They won 1-0 against the Montreal Impact. Like I said, FC Dallas, they withdrew off from the tournament. The Seattle Sounders, the champions of last season, they tied up with San Jose. Atlanta lost against New York Red Bulls. See, there's another Red Bull team. There's 3 of them. There's one in Poland, the Salzburg, I believe, Red Bull Salzburg. Then they go Leipzig, Red Bull Leipzig, and Germany. And they got the New York Red Bulls, right? So they beat Atlanta 1-0. Oh, the Columbus Crew, they beat Cincinnati 4-0. That's a new team as well in MLS. Minnesota won 2-1 against Sporting Kansas Club. Rapids lost against Real Salt Lake City. Monday, real quick, great game. DC United played against Toronto. They tied up 2-2. LAFC, a great game against Houston. They tied up 3-3. Nice. And Portland beat the Galaxy 2-1. I had Galaxy winning that game. They won like that. Chicharito scored a goal. He's a newcomer for the MLS, Mexican striker. Oh no, center forward. So disappointing, but hey, it's MLS tournament. I don't think no one cares. They're just playing because they're playing, right? And yesterday's game, Chicago.
They postponed.
Yeah, Chicago beat the champions, like I said, the Seattle Sounders 2-1. New York City got blown out by Orlando Soccer Club. This is a good team, by the way, so I'm not really too mad that we lost against them. But like I said, last night, if you didn't watch late night, Miami lost against Philadelphia 2-1. Played a terrible first half. In the second half, we did finally got better. We got majority of the possessions, but then we still conceded a goal. So that's that with MLS. Do you think who you got? Like just real quick, who you think is gonna win it all?
DC for sure, man.
DC?
Yeah.
DC United?
Mm-hmm.
I got Orlando City Club because they're playing in Orlando.
I'm not gonna lie, Orlando is playing good. Well, playing well.
Yeah.
They won their first game back against Inter Miami. Tough game right there.
And they beat New York 3-1.
They did, but I believe in DC at the moment.
DC?
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I definitely got Orlando winning it out. Anyways, we're going to head over to the English Premier League real quick. So
Chelsea's getting me upset. I just want to say that.
So when we left off last week, here's the games from Wednesday. So big game that stood out was Manchester City beating Newcastle 5-0, as well Liverpool beating Brighton 3-1. The Seagulls, I'd say. Thursday big game was probably Manchester United. They beat Aston Villa 3-0. Now Manchester United, we got history here when they won it Thursday. Manchester United is the first team in Premier League history to win 4 straight matches, scoring more than 3 goals. Manchester United is finally coming up, man. And I think they could definitely get that Champions League spot.
We talked about this last time, Man United.
They're really impressive.
They're becoming better. They had a slow start coming back from the virus thing, but now you actually see them win games. They're being more consistent, and I feel like they could do something with that.
Yeah, and we also see that Tottenham Spurs are just trash as heck. They did not score a goal against AFC on Thursday. Like way disappointing. Saturday game slots. Big game that stood out was against Chelsea. Lost 3-0 against Sheffield United. It shows on their jersey. They lost 3-0. What a say! Oh my gosh, Sheffield United, Chelsea. Chelsea is a very viable team on my opinion. Some games they look great, some games they look trash, and they're still going to the Champions League. Makes absolutely no sense. No, they should not be going to Champions League. The team that deserves it more, a lot more. Lord, Leicester doesn't even deserve to be there. Honestly, it's basically between Chelsea, Leicester, and Man United, and probably even the Wolves. All 4 of those
Wolves are actually they're a sneaky team. They're coming up. Don't get me wrong.
Do I think they'll make it to the Champions League?
Oh, heck no.
I don't think so. I think it's like one of those too little, too late runs right there. Like, you're trying to be good now, but it's not gonna happen, y'all boys. Not this year. All right, so Chelsea lost 3-0. Liverpool tied against Burnley 1-1. But like I said, Liverpool don't care at this point. They're Champions League. Whatever they do does not affect anything at all. So Sunday's game slots. Wolves beat Everton 3-0 right there. Arsenal lost against Tottenham Spurs, which is I think very disappointing on Arsenal because Tottenham came and scored against AFC and they lost 2-1. Disappointing.
It was actually an emotional interview. I watched it, and the coach, it was like they keep counting us out. Man, we're a good team, but they don't know. I was like, wow, man, you must be really respect that team. He probably get fired. That's what it is.
Yeah, Jose Moreno, he's in a hot seat right now.
Yeah. You better get fired. That's exactly what it is. And I saw it right through him. I'm like, yo, you getting fired.
Yeah, because, bro, it's so good because literally a year ago, he brought this team to the Champions League final. And now this year, they're like, what, 9th place? Like, hold on, real quick. Let me see what place they're in the standings. So far right now, they're 8th place. So that's unacceptable for the Spurs, man. A season ago, you go to the Champions League final, 8th place? Sheffield United is above you. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
That's unacceptable.
Most of it. Man, my team is good. They keep casting us out. Man, we're winners. And we're going to make it all the way. You're getting fired. Watch, you're going to be gone by tomorrow.
My God, bro. I feel sorry for Jose that he has to go through this. But it's just like, hey, man, doesn't matter at this point. You're not going to the Champions League this year. Just period. You're not going to make it.
It is what it is. I mean, people get replaced.
And that same team that Spurs tied against AFC, they beat Leicester 4-1. Leicester is one of those teams that just, why are you in the 4th place? Why are you still there? It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, Monday game slot was only one game was Manchester United against Southampton. So basically that broke their winning streak. They didn't lose, but it did break their winning streak that Manchester United have. But a tie is a tie.
Tie's a tie.
1 point is better than no points.
Right.
So,
it's better than a loss.
But it would have been great if they at least got the dub, in my opinion, right?
I mean, it's better than a loss.
That is true. And Tuesday, I'm not really impressed on Chelsea. They beat 20th place Norwich City, 20th place facing regulation. They got a 1-0 win. Not impressed at all. Not impressed at all. I mean, it was a great goal by Pulisic, assist to Gerard, the Frenchman. So I mean, Pulisic, man, he's literally the only highlight of the Chelsea team.
Look, first of all, in the beginning, we had hopes with Chelsea coming up because they're that type of team where they can play horrible, somehow come out with the win. But at the end, you can't bet on them. They're not the team where, man, I'm going to bet $50 on this team and win. Hell no.
Alright, so real quick, dog. So, as you know, Liverpool and Manchester City, they got that. They're going to Champions League. But the teams that are fighting right now, Chelsea has 63 points. Leicester has 59. And they're tied with Manchester United. They both have 59 points. It'll be a deep race right there. Also, you got the Wolves having 55 points. And most of these teams, there's 3 to 2 games left. So tight races right here. You got
Chelsea got to win all their games.
I think they could let one more loss in. They'll still make it.
I don't like it.
Nah, but they shouldn't. It's Chelsea. Why would you do that?
Yeah, they need to win all their games.
Yeah, so that's the stat for AFC English Premier League. Real quick, big games on the end for City. I will have to say, Juventus tied with Atlanta 2-2 on Saturday, which was crazy. It was a great game in my opinion. Ronaldo scored a couple goals here and there, but Atlanta is a team that you cannot sleep on. Do not sleep on Atlanta. Trust that. Lazio, by the way, lost their game 2-1. Disappointing. I don't know what Lazio did. So yeah, you can say Juventus winning City. No questions about that.
Sundays there was quite a few games.
Sunday big game was Napoli against Milan. Honestly,
Napoli choked, man. It was like what? It's like 70 minutes left in the game. They were up
70.
Yeah, 70,
left.
No, not 70.
70 minutes.
70 minutes in the game, right? They were 70 minutes game. They were up 2-1. The last few minutes, I forgot what player who scored, but he scored the last minute goal, and next thing you know, it was tied. You know, they really choked. Don't get me wrong. If you watch the game, Napoli was strong that whole game. Yeah. Even though I believe it was who scored first. Napoli scored first, then they scored again. Milan scored another one. Then next thing you know, tied up. But that was really it. You know, I feel bad for Napoli because they could have won that game.
I mean, they kind of needed it too because if you look at the stats on the schedule, they're like around 6th place around there. Something.
Yeah, just around there.
And they want to at least make it to our Europa League. I mean, what? You're the champions of Italy for crying out loud.
Right? How you become champions of Italy and you're playing like this? That does not make sense. But hey, I mean, a win is a win, right?
I mean, I will say this. I promise you, if Napoli would have faced Juventus again in that Coppa Italia, I bet Juventus wins that game.
Oh yeah.
Remember, both teams were rusty. It was like what, their second game back.
Yep. And we already saw Ronaldo. He didn't do nothing at all.
And Ronaldo's, like I said, he got his confidence back. Ever since he scored that free kick, he said himself, "I got my confidence back."
Yeah.
And when you got Ronaldo with his confidence, bro, he's a dangerous man. And Juventus, they're finally really getting their groove back. They're coming out there, bro. So.
Yeah, man. But overall, there weren't really some notable games that happened, but.
Oh, big game. Atlanta beating, let's call it team. I don't know how to say that name. Team. But they beat them 6-2.
Yes, I saw that. It was a blowout. Disappointment. See, if you get blown out like that, you just got to disband your own team. That's the type of team where I got to restart. Because I don't know what happened in that game, but I feel like they just lost confidence in general. They just gave up hope. After the third goal, it was just nowhere, man. But hope for the best. Hope for the best.
Hope for the best, definitely.
Anything else you want to add to Syria?
Real quick, so La Liga, let's see. As you know, so tomorrow there'll be La Liga games. No games today on Wednesday, depending on what time you're watching this. Barcelona currently has 79 points. Well, Madrid has 83. There's 2 games left. This is the last week for La Liga, and if Real Madrid gets just one more dub, they clinch champions. La Liga are the champions, bro.
Barcelona
are literally on thin freaking ice.
Yeah, they have to win their next game. Their next game is tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah, I think all of them are playing at 3. Oh, no, they're not.
A lot of them are playing at 3 though.
Yeah, majority of the teams are playing at 3 o'clock. Real Madrid is going Villarreal at about Oh, Villarreal is about what 5th place in the standings, so that's a big game for Real Madrid. Top 5 matchup.
They gotta win. They need.
And I think they will. Real Madrid, even if they need the referees' help to win, they'll get it done.
They will get the referees' help to win, anyways. I mean, those refs are
It's Real Madrid
garbage.
for people's sake. So Barcelona, their head coach right now is a nice. Remember, the board of directors said that if he needs to win either La Liga or Champions League to keep his job.
And those two are pretty tough. So
The way Barcelona play right now,
he needs to go and pray that Real Madrid lose for this next game and they win their next game. We're versing Osasuna.
Yep.
And
They better hope that. Yeah, they better hope Madrid loses.
yeah, that's what I say. They hope we lose and win this game. But man, hey, coaches get fired. It is what it is. I feel like they find any coach off the street and say, get this team to the championship. What? You lost 2 games? Yeah, fired.
That's really how it is in Barcelona.
That's really how
it is.
It's really how it is.
That's what happened to Bayern Munich's head coach. I think he had because the overall schedule, they had 4 draws and 4 losses. But I think after they had their 4th loss, they're like, nah, you're out of here, bro.
You're out. They just pick anyone. Who's a soccer coach. I honestly believe this. They pick anyone who's a soccer coach. They look them straight in the eyes. We'll pay you this amount of money, but you gotta get us to a championship. Like
nothing less than that.
Nothing less than the championship. You gotta take us to the championship.
We want to win the Bundesliga. We want to win the German Cup. We trying to win the Champions League.
Yep. We trying to win all the championships. If you can't do that. Sometimes they ask you, let's say you win 1 championship, right? And you can't win the other one. You still get kicked out.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening to Jose Moreno, bro.
Bro,
that's exactly what happened at the Spurs right now.
Hate to hear it. And
it's a tough culture in
tough
European
culture.
soccer, bro.
Man, put me as coach.
They expect greatness, dog. They expect greatness.
Yeah, man, put me as coach. I'll take him to the championship.
Put me in, coach. That's basically what it is, man. Put me in, coach. All right, well, this much wraps up today's video. Yeah, it's a lot longer, but hey, we missed out a week of content, so enjoy this. And like I said, any more updates or news and whatnot, check us out on social media pages, or just check us out here in Gameday Nation on YouTube. Please just hit that notification bell for any updates. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Give us a like, share us, man. Come on, we're trying to grow up here, and we're trying to give you guys content of the world of European soccer, Major League Baseball, and basketball, and hopefully this season football, right?
Hopefully.
So this concludes Gameday Nation Athletics. My name is Steven.
My name is Omar.
Check you out guys soon, bro. Take care. Peace.